Put the lime in the coconut.
And it should get all up.
I'm gonna cook for my family for an entire week using only this cookbook. Stick around to let me know what you think. Tofu mustard spread it is.
My beautiful bowl.
You should try this.
It's spicy.
Ooh, that's good.
It looks really good. It's a winner.
So this was a total and utter failure.
Gross.
Terrible.
I love Thai food and I love tacos, and now I can have them both at the same time.
Layer of flavor on layer of flavor. It's orange, how much fun is that? I really like it. Banger. Just smash it into your face. Greetings everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we focus on plant-based goodness. That includes things like my own recipes, review videos like this, and informational videos, and every now and then I do a live Q&A with people or just myself. This week I'm cooking for my family exclusively from Kim Campbell's Plant Pure Comfort Food. This is a book a lot of you recommended. A lot. So I'm excited to dive into this. Kim is the daughter-in-law of Colin Campbell, who is the author of the China Study, for those that are health nerds like myself. I'm really excited to dive into this book. It's got a whole bunch of things that I haven't tried to make before. It's got some ideas that I've wanted to play with, and it's got a yogurt recipe. And I've had my Instant Pot for forever, and it has that little yogurt setting, so I've been desperate to try that. So let's see how that turns out. I wanted to take a little moment to thank all the new subscribers to the channel. The channel has really kind of blown up over the last couple of weeks, and that's because of all of you watching and commenting. I read every single comment. I reply to every single comment, so I really appreciate the time you take out to make those comments. There's been some really fun things where you've taken some of my recipes and you've made your own creations with them, and that gave my wife an idea that I'd like to share with you. She had this idea of if anyone out there wanted to make my recipes, either things that are on my website at pbwithj.ca or things that I've had on the channel here, you can send those videos to me. I'll put the email below in the description for where you can send those. And if I get enough of those over time, I'll make a video compilation of all of the recipe videos that you've made for me for the channel. And maybe I'll even do a little critique or a watch of them as well. Stick around to the end of this video where I give you a fuller review of this cookbook and whether I think you should buy it, borrow it, or just blow it off. A lot of you have been asking me to do a bit of a ranking system, and I'm kind of shocked that I haven't done that yet on the channel. I apologize. Again, the comments you make below help me make these things better, so keep on doing that. And if you're new to the channel and haven't joined this wonderful community we're creating, hit that subscribe button. And if you're already part of the community, hit that thumbs up and let us know that you like the comment. Now, on to the food. For tonight, we're making poke bowls. Poke. Don't poke me back, she's got a knife.
It's Japanese, man.
Oh, poke. Okay, so this is really simple. It's really just putting a lot of vegetables together. It's basically like a salad with sauces. And I'm gonna make a sriracha aioli, although we don't have sriracha. Cue the people in the comments complaining that I'm not making the recipe perfectly as the way it's listed. But she does say I can just use whatever hot sauce I got, so I'm gonna use Frank's. I'm gonna make my own mayonnaise, but I'm using a recipe from in this book that has mayonnaise made from tofu and cashews. So you're gonna see that as well. I'm gonna keep on adding water and stuff to this until it's the texture it's supposed to be. Still pretty chunky. It's also these fatter Vita mixes, the new style fat thing. You need a lot. Like if I was doing a double batch, it'd probably be fine. So Willie had the brilliant idea of putting it into the magic bullet, and it made it way creamier. Good job, Willie.
Thanks.
And we already tasted it, and you said it does not taste like mayonnaise?
I don't think so. I don't really eat mayonnaise.
But you did in the back in the day?
Not really.
Neither did I.
Kind of gross stuff.
Either way, I like how this tastes. You said it tasted like what?
Tofu mustard.
Tofu mustard spread it is. And then we're gonna add some hot sauce to it to make it work for... This is the mayonnaise recipe from the book. And then adding the hot sauce makes it the sriracha mayo that goes with the meal we're making. You in the water every time.
Hey man, man. We gotta keep things going here.
We do. And then a ponzu sauce, and then the rest of it is just kind of vegetables you throw together, plus this sweet rice, which is rice mixed with some vinegar and maple syrup and some nori. I see you. What are you doing?
Eating the mango pit.
There's mango in this. How excited are you for mango inside of a dinner?
It's really good. All the flavors are mixed now.
That's how I like it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Look how beautiful mine is.
You're missing half this. Did you get the tofu?
Shoot.
Annie, what do you think?
Like sushi rice, even though it's brown rice. You should try this.
My beautiful bowl. How?
How what?
An edamame got inside a green onion. I'm gonna get a bite of everything. Mmm.
You like it?
Umami!
It's umami. Ooh. It's an ooh.
No, I made my own flavor. This is umami.
Ah! It's getting everywhere. I need a bigger bowl. Oh, thanks.
I don't want
I got a bigger bowl.
No, don't actually.
No.
Then you're going to watch that.
Oh my goodness, look at these people. Not like washing the dishes. You are. I made dinner.
I helped.
I have too.
Here's how they help. They grab stuff at the end. I like this a lot. I like Japanese flavors. So this is right up my alley. So I would say this one's a 4 out of 4 for all of us. We all like that. Even Wooly with the sushi rice.
Yeah.
4 bananas.
4 bananas. I guess is our rating. All right,
4 bananas and the pickles.
4 bananas out of pickles. Sure. For dinner, we're gonna make this chickpea tikka masala. We are pretty big fans of Indian food in this house, although sometimes my son goes through phases where he thinks he doesn't like curry, but he's wrong. He loves it. This is really simple. It's you make a sauce out of the stuff that you're gonna see me make a sauce with. And then you cook up some vegetables and some chickpeas and you throw it all together and you throw it over rice. I was actually gonna add some broccoli to this, but then I realized it's full of peppers and onions, and I think that's enough. This is a pretty well-rounded dish. So I'm really, really excited and looking forward to it because it's been a while since we've had Indian food. Let's see what the family thinks. What are you doing?
Putting lime and cilantro in the rice.
Put the lime in the coconut?
And it should get all up.
If you want a little bit lighter meal, you can put it on any kind of greens or lettuce. That's what I like to do sometimes.
Oh, that's good.
Mommy?
That's nice. It could be a little, maybe after a day it will be more flavorful. So it's pretty good, but the lime is nice, the cilantro. And it actually feels a little spicier now that I said that. It's kicking in a bit.
Pretty good. I like the flavors. Very flavorful. I like the color
You like the color?
and the flavors and the texture. I like everything.
Ooh, that's nice. It does take a second for the flavors to kick away with that spice.
Yeah.
Lime is always a lovely addition. So this is really, really nice. And I think it was a 4 out of 4. Okay, if you're gonna be weird. So this is a 4 out of 4 for everyone.
4 out of 5.
A 4 out of 5. The dog didn't like it. This is essentially a casserole, and I'm really excited because it's a flavor profile I haven't really made a casserole with before, and using ingredients I haven't used for a casserole either. This calls for soy curls. I went to 3 grocery stores looking for soy curls, and nada. This is what being a home cook is like. You try your best to follow the recipes, but sometimes you gotta improvise, and if that's a problem, then this might not be the right video series for you. This is what I got instead. It's the best I could find. It's basically just tofu marinated and stuff, which I know isn't at all what I'm supposed to get, but I'm following the rest of the flavors with the sauce and everything else, so it'll give as best a facsimile as I can. One of the things I really love about this cookbook is it makes suggestions for swaps or extra things you can add in, like extra vegetables. So Kim totally understands how home cooks work and how recipe books should function, and I appreciate that. On that note, I'm gonna add in some peas because it says I can add peas. It also mentioned adding kale or spinach, which I don't have any extra, but that's okay. So this is interesting. It's basically sauteing some vegetables together, making a sauce to pour it all in. That's kind of like a buffalo hot sauce. And then mixing together like a cornbready type batter that goes on top, and then you bake it. My daughter's not home tonight, which is probably a good thing because I feel like she would probably not like this. I'm curious what my wife will think. I'm guessing my son's gonna love it. Well, let's find out. How is it?
It's spicy. It's good. It's like
Yeah?
creamy. Got a spice to it.
Too spicy?
I don't know yet. The topping's nice. It's kind of crisp, but also crumbly.
Yeah. I was actually worried this was gonna be super spicy. So I'm glad that you haven't freaked out yet. Oh yeah. That's not too spicy at all. It's got like a perfect little kick to it. I would make this again. It's kicking in more. Hello. I gotta find the damn soy curls though. Where do you get soy curls from? Especially if you're in Canada. We looked at a lot of places. Tofu works just the same. It's all the same flavor base. Soy doesn't really add any flavor. It's more texture to it. But damn, this is a good one. I think this is gonna be a winner with Eefy. We'll find out. All right, Eve, can you handle it? Can you handle the buffalo pot pie?
Probably. Pretty good, I guess. And you probably wouldn't like it.
And you probably wouldn't like it?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Too spicy?
Just the flavors, I think.
I had a comment on my page about the red splotches on your cheeks. And we said if you cut out dairy and animal products for a week, it'd probably go away. Response?
Maybe. Like these things?
Yeah. I've heard that. A lot of people say their skin clears up when they...
Just for a week?
That mean no cheese.
We're gonna have to do a couple of weeks.
Just for a week?
Want to do this video?
You better like, you better share, you better subscribe.
How about a please?
Please.
For me, that dish had the perfect amount of spice. Banger! That's a banger! For dessert, I'm gonna make this chocolate zucchini bread. I love zucchini bread and I never make it. So I'm always loving it when I find a recipe for one in one of these books because it gives me an excuse to try a new one. This has got a lot of the kind of staple things I would normally put in a recipe like this, like a flax egg. This calls for whole wheat flour. As many of you know, my wife is gluten-free, so I'm just gonna swap out the whole wheat flour with oat flour and see what happens. I know it'll probably be a little denser. One of the ingredients in here is balsamic vinegar. It's just a tablespoon, but I'm super curious what that'll do to it because I've never put balsamic vinegar into baking before, I don't think. It's just a typical kind of muffin or cake mix. You put the dry together, you put the wet together, and if you're like me, you forget to put the milk in, you have to add that after. Top with chocolate chips, bake it at 375 for 45 to 50 minutes. Let me know in the comments below, when you see this bake from 45 to 50 minutes, where do you err on the side of? I always just split it down the middle. I pop mine in for 48. Let's see how it turns out.
It looks really good. So if it tastes as good as it looks, then it's a winner. It's a little rubbery.
That's probably because it's gluten-free.
That would make sense. It's very dark.
Flavor is theirs, but I did the gluten-freeing. So I just use oat flour.
It's pretty good. It's pretty dark, like you can tell that there's not a lot of sweetener in it, I don't think. But it's good, especially if you want to have something chocolatey and you're trying to eat healthier.
I don't mind that texture at all.
It actually tastes better as you eat it.
So just keep eating it.
Just keep eating it, eat the whole thing.
You know what I like?
What?
Let me back this up so you see both of our pretty faces.
You like when we eat the whole thing at once?
Yeah, just smash it into your face. There's a little bit of cinnamon in there I like. Mm-hmm. You know what else they call for in here?
No,
that surprised me. Balsamic vinegar.
We haven't used that in a loaf before.
No, you don't taste it, but I wonder I'm trying to think what it does to it. Like it gives it an acid.
Well, like if you made like a depression cake, has vinegar in it, so maybe it's similar.
But balsamic is interesting.
Maybe that's just for fun.
Maybe.
It's like a brownie cake thing.
It's a zucchini cake. Chocolate zucchini cake.
It's okay. Not the best thing you've made.
Where are you going?
Wait, come on, come on.
Not nice. So no dice for you?
Watch.
You're ruining it. Now how is it?
What do you mean? I didn't change anything.
Do you really not like it at all?
Way better.
No, but like the before you didn't like it at all?
No, terrible.
Look at him scarfing it down for something that's terrible. I really like it. I even like the texture of it. It's a winner for me. Let's see what Annie thinks tomorrow. Get your sauce out of my face.
Marrow.
You look confused.
What were you
It's dry.
Well, it's 2 days old now. But what's the how do you like the flavors?
It's okay, but I don't really want some.
Watch out, we keep the vacuum in there. So parents like this a lot, kids, meh. We're gonna make these pho bowls, and this is pretty simple though. It's mostly just throwing everything into a pot and cooking it. So it's not that complicated. So the first part of this soup is just making the broth, which is just putting a bunch of stuff in and then letting it sit and soak and boil, and then you pull it all out.
I thought you were talking to me and just mansplaining.
I was mad.
Like, yeah.
No, I'm talking to the people. I'm mansplaining to the people, not to you. And taste it.
I'm having a problem.
What's your problem?
Annie had given her friends a snack, and there were currants in it, and I picked one up, and I bit it, and it wasn't a currant, it was one of the peppercorns. Now my mouth is like...
So you're not gonna taste the broth, because your mouth's on fire. I'll test the broth. Oh my God.
I gotta go.
Maybe a little bit heavier than a niece. Let's see how everyone else feels about it. So it's a build your own pho bowl. There's tofu, there's bean sprouts, there's cilantro, basil, and
What if
onion.
I want nothing?
If you want nothing, that's fine. I would put a little tofu in though, otherwise it's not gonna have much protein.
That's really nice broth. Not too much flavor.
Yeah?
Yeah, I dig it.
Hey, that's a soup that you're eating with that fork.
I don't think so.
I can eat both.
Look,
You're not gonna get the broth, man. The broth is like the best part of pho.
the taste of it's on the fork. Pretty good. I guess.
Annie, you're using chopsticks. Sorry, we never taught him how to eat soup in this house, apparently. You didn't get the broth at all?
You want to taste it? Are you sure? It's quite full.
That's the whole point of the dish. Try a little bit of the broth, please.
We have rules in this house, and one is that we taste everything. Go. On your mark, set. Show all the children on YouTube how easy it is to taste new things. There you go. You love it?
No.
She loves it.
Tastes good.
I think that broth is really, really lovely and flavorful. And it didn't take that long. It was like half hour of all these flavors soaking together.
He's lying. It took an hour to make this dinner.
But the broth only took half hour.
But what, people are just gonna eat broth?
Yeah, fair.
It's delicious, but not quick.
This is true. I'm gonna say 3 out of 4 people in our house like this. What are we doing?
Yogurt.
We're not doing yogurt. We're making yogurt.
Yogurt.
That's a different channel that does yogurt.
Yogurt.
How do you make yogurt?
No.
I've never done it before. How you make it is essentially, there's 2 different options. You can take a plant milk. It does recommend soy milk. I'm gonna use almond milk and hope for the best. I can't see why it wouldn't work. There's almond yogurts out there, right? She's smoking a spaghetti strand. And then kind of similar to how you would make bread or kombucha, you use yogurt as your starter. But if you can also get probiotic capsules.
What a coincidence.
What a-
You make both of those.
I do make both those things.
Wow.
You're like the worst hype man ever. You can either use probiotic capsules or you can use a That crunching is driving me nuts. Thank you. I did look up the Riviera yogurt, and it does have active bacteria in it, so we can use that. And all we have to do is combine 32 ounces of non-dairy milk with half a cup of the yogurt. She's got a really stiff neck. I thought you were gonna help me out with this. You're just amusing yourself at this point. So, we just mix them together and then we put it in the Instant Pot overnight for like 10 to 12 hours. And we're gonna set it for 12 hours. Eventually. It smells very yogurty. Oh, this is very thin. This didn't turn into anything. I'm gonna guess it's because I used almond milk and not soy milk. So this was a total and utter failure. But I'm gonna blame myself. It did say soy milk. I did a quick internet search for Instant Pot almond milk yogurt, and it looks like what everyone says is that I need to heat up the milk first in the Instant Pot and then add the yogurt after, as opposed to all at once. So this recipe didn't work, but stay tuned. You're already watching. Well, I don't need to tell you to stay tuned. We're gonna try this other method and see if I can make it work. Unfortunately, it means I wasted this entire container of almond milk, but I learned a valuable lesson. Let's try out this next batch. It says to do this, sit for a bit now. Now we just leave it until apparently when it's done, getting up to 180 degrees Fahrenheit, it'll have a little yogurt symbol on the Instant Pot. It did it. Okay, so that didn't work either, and now I'm just feeling stupid and wasting time. So I'm gonna salvage this milk into a container so we can just drink it as regular milk, so I didn't waste another thing of almond milk. And then I'm gonna order a candy thermometer. The next day. Because everything I said, hi Willie, morning Willie. We're at the farm. The other thing I realized that I was doing wrong is that I just had the wrong milk. You need to have a protein heavy milk. They recommend the Silk brand that has at least 8 grams of protein. All my wife could find was the soy one. Apparently there's a cashew almond you can use, which I would have preferred for the flavor, but that's all we got. So here's what's gonna happen is we're gonna heat up the milk in the Instant Pot until it gets to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Apparently it's fine to do it in the Instant Pot. It doesn't matter that it's steel, it's stainless steel. It doesn't kill the bacteria. We're gonna cool it back down to 105 degrees Fahrenheit and then add in like a 1/4 cup of the yogurt as a starter, whisk it together, and then we're gonna put it on with the sealing ring out of the Instant Pot because it can have an odor to it, and we don't want that. And you can push the little venting button too. And then we're gonna let it sit for 12 hours. And apparently it'll work. Let's see what happens. Thousands of tears later. Smells like yogurt in the house, Willie. Let's check out this yogurt. Oh, it smells like yogurt. Oh yeah! I was nervous for a second, Willie. It looked really shiny on top. Come look at this.
Whoa, it looks like yogurt. Okay.
I'm so happy!
But you know what's more important?
I'm so happy how it tastes.
It tastes fine.
Oh, you just poured it in?
Like it doesn't taste like, yeah, you don't want to drop it in there. It doesn't taste like cow's milk yogurt, like you might not.
Yeah, well I think once it's cool it'd be better.
Not bad. That's
not bad at all. It doesn't taste, you know what? Now I can taste the soy, but it doesn't taste soy-y.
I'll definitely have that on my breakfast tomorrow.
See you next morning.
It tastes good, just like it did last night. It tastes like yogurt.
So we're gonna make our own yogurt from now on?
Yeah, I think so. It's cheaper. I like value.
It's a good deal. It's like when you make it yourself, it's about at least half price. Yeah, I really like it too. It's but it's creamy, and if you want to add, you know, jam or maple syrup, whatever what you want to sweeten it a little bit, that's totally fine. But it's a really great base, and it worked a lot better than I thought. Once I started using the proper ingredients and, you know, devices like my thermometer that I ordered from Amazon specifically for this. So yeah, I just figured out how to make yogurt. Thanks, Kim. For dinner tonight, I'm gonna make Thai tacos. There's no photo here, so I have no idea what these are supposed to look like. But, you know, I know Thai food. So this seems simple enough, but there's a lot of steps to this. What I like about this is I'm using corn tortillas, and I gotta make my own hard tortillas in the oven. I've never done that before. And worst case scenario, I have a backup in case I screw these up, which I probably will, let's be honest. So what do we do for this? I think I have all the ingredients, so I don't have to make any swaps. We make a sweet and sour slaw to go inside of it, and then we make, the taco mix is like a cauliflower walnut crumble that you put a bunch of flavorings on, and then you bake in the oven. And then it's like a spicy peanut sauce that goes on top of it. The tacos are interesting. We're gonna microwave these in a damp towel and then just hang them over the bars or the racks inside the oven for like 8 to 10 minutes or until they're firm. I guess the trick to this is to keep an eye on them so they don't burn. All right, my family is on their way home from going to get fruit in Niagara, which means they had a long drive, so they're probably gonna be cranky, but we're gonna have lots of delicious fruit. Maybe I'll show you the haul. What do you have?
Peaches.
Why didn't you get the big bag of peaches?
I only had the small bag this time.
Weird.
Look, we even got a branch.
Oh, did they throw that in for free?
Yeah, free branch.
And you got,
And
where's
we got
cherries?
cherries.
Cherries?
Them.
I washed them because half of them fell on the floor and now they're covered in
stopped
rosemary.
suddenly and they went flying. And
I'm gonna save those for my breakfast. Some of these turned out better than others. These funky, probably not super fresh tacos. Different cookbook. No, these are different because they have like a lot more spices.
yeah,
in
it's good.
them. You like it?
Yeah. That's Chickpea.
Oh, it's really nice. Oh my god, yeah, it takes a second, then it really hits you, eh?
Yeah. My new favorite.
This is your favorite? You haven't even tasted it yet.
I know, it's just there's something about it. It's magical.
It's got like Thai spices. You didn't even try. You put the smallest amount in.
I did try it. It's gross.
It's not gross. It's
It is.
well, it's gross to one of us. So Annie's being awesome, and she's making her own tofu.
You know what's so great? I love Thai food and I love tacos, and now I can have them both at the same time. Messy, but delicious. I don't know what happened.
Favorite follow party.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Do you like the walnutty meat? I like that they use spices to flavor the walnut cauliflower meat.
Sauce is garlicky.
The sauce is very garlicky.
Yeah. But
Maybe too much.
Too much garlic in the sauce.
No.
I'd put more mango in the slaw. Oh my god. It's so good. Is that better? Layer of flavor on layer of flavor. And then that spice kicks in at the end. This is one of my favorite things I've made from these cookbook review things that I'm doing. Like, and then it's beautiful. I didn't put that much effort into making it beautiful. All right, let's see what Annie thinks of her homemade tacos. She's still gonna have the slaw and the sauce though.
Like sweet and salty.
You my man.
So for dessert tonight, I'm gonna make these Grasshopper bars, which is a dessert based on an alcoholic drink, and I'm making it for my family. The creme de menthe you need to make this literally has a recipe for a Grasshopper boozy drink on the back. Can you read that? I don't know. So this is a no-bake dessert, but it takes a long time to set. So you're gonna wanna make it in advance. It says it takes 6 to 8 hours. In my experience, it doesn't usually take that long. Anyway, so it's if you're Canadian like me, it's very similar to a Nanaimo bar. Shout out down below if you've ever had one of those delicious treats from anywhere in the world, but especially from Canada. Yeah, so we make like a crust layer, then we're gonna make a creamy filling layer, and then we're gonna melt some chocolate on top and sprinkle it with some cocoa nibs. See if we won the avocado lottery. Oh, these are gorgeous. No. This could go either way. I don't know if this is gonna taste boozy or not. And you don't even cook the booze out, let's be honest here. But it's only 2 tablespoons. So I think it's okay to serve this to children. They're teenagers.
Either?
I'm gonna blend it now and I'll pour it on, you'll see that. So I'm an idiot and I missed a really big ingredient in the filling of this. I was wondering why it was so thin. I didn't put a banana in. It's already in here. Here's what's gonna happen now. I'm gonna try to scrape this out, reblend it, and put it back in there. I realize I might get a couple chunkies from the crust. I mean, luckily it hasn't frozen too much. I mean, this might not be so bad. All right, look at this, it's coming out. It's coming out pretty well. I just feel like a big dummy. All right. Bada bada boom. So this is the problem with putting it right, melted chocolate right on a frozen thing, is it solidifies in 2 seconds. If I wasn't making this for a book, I'd probably put a little bit of coconut oil in, just because it helps thin the chocolate out a little bit and spread. And the only solution to this, Willie's trying to fix it.
It's not fixable, it's hard.
Yeah, so I think we just have to add more chocolate. Tough, right? And it also said to add cocoa nibs, but I can't put the cocoa nibs in now because it froze too quickly, which the kids probably wouldn't like anyway. So that's just gonna miss a little texture, but the recipe does call for cocoa nibs. All right, Willie, this is your job to fix this. I'll finish dinner.
Okay.
Ready? All right, go for it, Annie.
Birdie. Hi, River. Hi, buddy.
All right. What's that face?
It's weird.
It's weird?
Yeah, did you put banana in it?
Yeah, that's part of the
I
ingredient.
like that though.
That's
I like
weird.
that part.
You like the banana?
Too minty.
It's too minty? That's this whole flavor profile.
Yeah, I like it as like a healthier alternative
Nanaimo's
to
better.
Nanaimo.
Nanaimo's better.
No, I'm almost 100% better.
Well, they're full of sugar. The only real sugar in this is in the chocolate chips. So this is,
There's maple syrup in there.
well, I don't know. I think it's good. It is kind of weird, like mint with the fruit, but when it's all together, it's
I don't know about them.
pretty good.
I like the texture a lot. I really like it. Like, the creaminess is nice. It's a real hit of mint. So I'm the outlier. I really like this. And the Nanaimo bar is better, but it's different too. Like, I'd say this is like
Nanaimo.
Nanaimo. I like this as like a partner or a cousin to like a Nanaimo square or bar. And it's got if you like mint in your desserts, you'll probably really like it. And if you don't, maybe you won't, but I love it. So this one's meh for the family, but for me. I'm gonna make this quinoa flatbread for my Wooly.
No!
It's not for you, you're not Wooly, you're Eefy. I saw this flatbread and it's a gluten-free bready thing. And my wife is gluten-free, so I thought we'd try it out. All right, anyway, this seems simple. You just blend everything together and then you pour it out and you cook it. Let's try it. That's after 20 minutes. It's a bit soft in here though, do you think? Oh yeah. All right, you should try it first because I made it for you.
Yeah. I dig it.
Could you use that for like a sandwich, you think? Or like pizza? Can you cut me a little piece?
Maybe. It's pretty
Give me a
thick.
piece from here. Annie.
Do you guys have a bitter aftertaste?
Maybe a little. Yeah. The bitterness. That could just be that quinoa. This is the quinoa we got from Costco. And it's not my favorite quinoa. I think this is a winner, but I think the quinoa we used is only okay. But I think this is a really, really good recipe.
It's only okay.
Yeah, it's not bad for a gluten-free bread. For breakfast, I'm gonna make these carrot cake pancakes. I'm scratching my face. It's itchy. I just went for a walk and there's mosquitoes everywhere. I'm buggy. Leave me alone about it. Mosquitoes. We need them for the planet, and yet they drive me nuts. So I'm gonna make these gluten-free. So I'm just gonna use a gluten-free 1-to-1 as opposed to the whole wheat pastry flour that calls for. Otherwise, I'm gonna do it as is. I've experimented with fun, different kind of pancakes than regular pancakes before, but I don't think I've ever done a carrot cake one. So the recipe didn't tell me to do it, but I got a comment recently from one of you to say that when you're doing mix-ins in like pancakes or muffins or something like that, you should add your mix-ins at the flour stage, because then the flour coats them a little bit and they don't stick together and you don't get clumps of the mix-ins together. So I'm trying that here. And if it's a fail, it's your fault. I'm kidding. But I really, honestly, I love it when we get tips like that, because I learn as much from you as you do from me. Assuming you learn anything from me other than pure silliness and, you know, I don't know what you learned from me. Do you learn stuff from me? Anyway, needless to say, I really appreciate the comments. I love writing you back. So keep them coming with any tips. When you see me doing something silly in the kitchen, be like, hey dude, what's up? Do it this way, or try this. You know, I always love it. And it's really helpful for other people watching these videos too. It's pretty similar to a regular pancake. The big difference is you use pumpkin pie spice in the mix. It's orange. It's orange. How much fun is that? And for the mix-ins, you use carrots and walnuts, but you also use another carrot that you add into the wet mix that you blend together. So it should have a really nice flavor to it. I'm excited for this. Then you top it with, it says a fruit sauce. I'm sure you could use maple syrup if you want. They also recommend yogurt, which, as you know, I made my own yogurt. And then, you know, a little more if it needs the sweet, and then other fresh fruit. I got some blueberries from the market yesterday. I'm guessing my kids will like this, except Annie's not gonna love the walnut texture inside the pancake. I'm calling that right now.
It's good. My first bite, I was like, ooh, that's not sweet enough. But then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm putting maple syrup on it. It will probably be perfect.
Yeah, they don't put much sugar in it. There's only like 2 tablespoons of maple syrup for the whole batch.
Which is good, because I'm gonna put some on top. I want some of these.
Ooh, that's pretty.
I dig them.
Yeah? I definitely think you need the maple syrup on top, because I think they're not plain because they got lots of flavor in them, but I like all of this. Adding the yogurt, I didn't think I would like it as much as I do. I really, really like it. If you want like a little alternative to your pancakes, a little mixing it up with a carrot cake pancake, go for it. Annie is literally picking all the walnuts out of hers. She knew there's walnuts in it. You won't even try it, Annie?
How'd you know me?
You won't even give it a try, Annie, with the walnuts?
No, won't it? No.
No? You don't like it?
No.
What if you didn't had it without the yogurt? The yogurt you don't like? You just don't like the pancake at all?
Pancake.
At all?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So that's a no-go from Annie. So, what did I think about Plant Pure Comfort Food? This is a really, really fun book. It's got a really great variety of recipes. Most of them, pretty much everything has a photo. I'm pretty sure they all do. For the most part, it's simple and easy to follow. As you recall, I struggled with the yogurt recipe a little bit. So I think if she ever did a new version of this cookbook, she could maybe revise some things on that a little bit. Otherwise, there are some really, really great things in here. And even my kids loved most of them. So I would say this is a book that you should buy, especially if you're starting out on this plant-based journey. What I really loved about this is I didn't have to do pretty much any modifications to make it healthier by eliminating oil or reducing the sugar or anything like that. It was already a pretty health-conscious book that didn't skimp on flavor. So for that alone, I'm gonna say you should buy this book. I got this from my local library. I'm pretty sure you might be able to as well. Let me know in the comments below if there's any cookbooks you'd like me to do for the channel. Obviously, I take recommendations. That's where this one came from. And if you're not a subscriber yet, feel free to do so. And YouTube really wants you to watch this video next. They've scrubbed through all your algorithm statistic things, and they've decided this is the one for you to keep on watching and enjoying the channel. So do so. Thanks.